Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to deal with second chapter of microeconomics. In that chapter, I am going to deal with optimal choice of the consumer. Optimal choice of the consumer. It is also called as consumer equilibrium. What it is? It is also called as consumer equilibrium. Both are same. Consumer equilibrium. Both are same. Optimal choice of the consumer and consumer's equilibrium. Both are same. See here, optimal choice of the consumer means getting maximum satisfaction from goods and services. Optimal choice of the consumer means, which means getting maximum satisfaction so this is what optimal choice of the consumer is. See, what is the optimal choice? Getting maximum satisfaction of the consumption of the goods and services. So that is what optimal choice of the consumer is. So in order to get maximum satisfaction from goods and services, here we are having two assumptions. There are two assumptions. We are having two assumptions. One is consumer is rational. Consumer is rational. Second one is income of consumer is given. Income of consumer is given. Based on these two assumptions, we are going to study how consumer gets maximum satisfaction of consumption of goods and services. So what we are going to study here, today in this video we are going to study about optimal choice of the consumer and consumer equilibrium. Both are same. So here optimal choice of the consumer means getting maximum satisfaction of goods and services. And in order to get maximum satisfaction, we have to have two assumptions. One is consumer is rational and second one is income of consumer is given. Based on these two assumptions, we are going through this optimal choice of the consumer. Okay. So what is consumer is rational? Rational means awareness. Awareness. Consumer knows what he is doing. He knows, he has idea about his decisions. He knows how to get maximum satisfaction by consumption of goods and services. Whatever the amount of income he is having, he exactly knows about how to get maximum satisfaction. See, in this particular concept, what we are going to examine? What we are going to examine is how a consumer is going to get maximum satisfaction. Maximum satisfaction by making use of his available income. By making use of his available income. This is what we are going to examine in this concept. So this is the subject matter. This is what we study in this concept. So what I said so far, consumer, optimal choice of the consumer means getting maximum satisfaction is known as optimal choice of the consumer. When he makes optimal choice, he will get maximum satisfaction. He has to make optimal choice. In later on I will tell you how he chooses optimal choice. But in order to get maximum satisfaction by the consumption of goods and services, he has to make optimum choice of goods and services. So in order to make an optimum choice, in order to get maximum satisfaction, there are two conditions they are given. There are two assumptions here I have given. One is consumer is rational, which means consumer is having awareness about what he is doing. He has idea that he is going to get back, how he is going to get maximum satisfaction by the consumption of goods and services. He has everything. He has awareness about his decisions. Then second one is income of consumer is given. Income, whatever the amount of income he is giving, he has. So he will make use this income in order to get maximum satisfaction. He knows how much income he is having, and he knows, based on that income, how he is going to get maximum satisfaction. So rational consumer is having awareness on regarding all these things. So here what we are going to study is how a consumer is going to get maximum satisfaction by making use of his available income. He is already having particular amount of income, and he exactly knows how to spend that income in order to get maximum satisfaction. He knows it. So when he aware about his decisions, then that consumer is called as rational. That consumer is rational. So here, by making use of a diagram, with the help of this diagram, I am going to show you that how a consumer gets maximum satisfaction by making use of the diagram. See here, in this diagram, I am going to show you how a consumer make maximum satisfaction or get maximum satisfaction, on which bundle he gets maximum satisfaction. So here we are going here, in that diagram we are going to study this particular three sentences. What is this? How a consumer is going to get maximum satisfaction by making use of his available income. His income is there, his income is given, he has particular amount of income, and by making use of that, I had drawn a diagram. This is the diagram. So in this diagram I will show you how a consumer get maximum satisfaction by making use of his income. So I am making use two concepts. One is PQ. You can see here P and Q. This is budget line. You already studied about budget line. By making use of budget line and indifference curve, I am going to show you that how a consumer gets maximum satisfaction. So PQ is budget line, IC1, IC2 and IC3. These are the indifference curves. These are indifference curve, IC1, IC2, IC3, and you already know what is indifference curve. Now we discussed in previous videos about indifference curve and about indifference map, about indifference, features of indifference curve. So we have discussed that. Here I am going to recall once again about indifference curve. Indifference curve is locus of origin, locus of points, which shows this indifference curve. It is a combination of two goods. Combination, every indifference curve. IC1 is indifference curve. It is a combination of two goods which yield the same amount of satisfaction to the consumer. So this is the meaning of indifference curve you studied in previous videos. Here, one more thing I told you in previous videos, upper indifference curves give higher level of satisfaction and lower indifference curve gives a lower amount of satisfaction. I already told you, which means IC3, indifference curve 3 gives more satisfaction than IC2, and IC2 gives more satisfaction than IC1. IC3, I already told you, upper indifference curve gives more satisfaction than lower indifference curve, which means IC3 give in these three indifference curve, IC3 gives more utility than two, second indifference curve. IC3 gives more utility or more satisfaction than IC2. IC2 gives more satisfaction than IC1, which means upper indifference curve gives more satisfaction and lower, indifference curve gives lower satisfaction. You are already aware about that. Here in that diagram, what we are going to study is how in this diagram, how consumer make optimum choice. Okay, that is what we are going to study in that diagram. So I already told you income of consumer is given. So income of consumer, you can see here in assumption, I already told you that income of consumer is given. Here this is the budget line. PQ is the budget line. Whatever the amount of money income that consumer is having, he can able to purchase IC1 bundles and IC2 bundles. He cannot able to purchase IC3 bundles. Why it is so? I already told you in the previous videos. Here he cannot purchase the bundles which lies on IC3 because budget line only income, the consumer income is only this much. He cannot afford IC3 bundles because his income is not enough to purchase the bundles which lies on IC3 indifference curve 3 because his income is not enough. Okay, IC3 is not affordable for the consumer because his income is only this much. His budget line is drawn here, which means he can only purchase, consumer can only purchase the bundles which lies on budget line. So here I draw an indifference curve. IC2 is tangent. IC2 is tangent to budget line. IC2 is tangent to budget line. Whatever the amount of income that consumer is having, it is good enough to purchase bundle C which lies on IC2 curve, which means optimum choice of consumer is bundle C. Optimum choice of the consumer is bundle C which lies on IC2 indifference curve 2. Here I told you that in this diagram optimum choice of the consumer is bundle C which lies on IC2. Why? His income, consumer income is enough. If this budget line indifference, there is a budget line. So budget line means this is the amount of income that consumer is having. So these are the indifference curve. This is indifference curve. This indifference curve is having various bundles which give him same level of satisfaction, to the consumer. So this indifference curve tangent to the budget line, which means this particular bundle can be purchased by the available amount of income. So now the question is, so I told you that this is the point C. It is the optimum choice of the consumer. So now let us say that why don't a consumer purchase this one, or why it is not a optimum choice? Point A and point B is why not the optimal choice of the consumer. So consumer can able to purchase the bundles which lies on IC1. Consumer can able to purchase the bundles which lies on IC1. Because why it is so? His income is there. His income is there to purchase these bundles which lies on IC1. His income, if he spends on purchasing these bundles B and A, his income cannot be spent completely. His the small part or part of income will be saved by the consumer. If he spent on purchasing A and B bundles which lies on IC1, part of income will be saved, but the amount of goods he'll get will be lesser than IC2. So this will give lesser amount of satisfaction than IC2. So IC2 is good enough for purchasing, whatever amount of income that consumer is having, that is good enough to purchase the bundle C which lies on IC2, and budget line is tangent to the point C which is IC2 curve. And here if he can purchase the bundle which lies on IC1, but he gets less amount of banana and less amount of mango. So that is why these points are not optimal choice of the consumer. So here this point is the optimal choice. You can see here. So you can give a name. See here. If he purchases the bundle C, he can purchase the bundle C. In bundle C, he will get ON amount of mango and OM amount of banana. If he purchases the point which are there here, he will get less amount of banana and less amount of mango. If he gets more and more of both the goods, he will get more satisfaction. If he gets more satisfaction, if he gets maximum satisfaction, that is the optimal choice of the consumer. So this point which lies on IC3, it is not affordable for the consumer because his income is not enough to purchase these bundles. So here optimal choice of the consumer is point C which lies on IC2 curve. Okay. So this is all about the optimal choice of the consumer. What we explained so far, optimal choice of the consumer means getting maximum satisfaction. So here we have two assumptions: consumer is rational and income of the consumer is given. And what we studied in this video, how a consumer is going to get maximum satisfaction by making use of his available income. So this is the diagram where I explained how consumer gets optimal choice. Okay. So if you have any doubts regarding this, just message me in WhatsApp. Thank you. Are you going to make